Wow. Hey, that was a beautiful presentation. It's been a long challenge to women resisting and advocating against violence as a result of the lack of structures that they would fall back on, particularly because of the level of poverty around us. Again and again, we hear women, so what happens to me if he goes to prison? What happens to me if I leave his house? And they continue to endure. But where vocational skills and entrepreneurial skills are imparted and they have sources of income, definitely their voices come out. I commend your efforts in using entrepreneurial skills as a strategy for enabling women and girls to develop and have the voice needed to bring about resistance to all forms of violence and increase possibility for the achievement of gender equality. I commend GPI for that effort. We are going to look now generally at the girl child and gender equality. Oftentimes, people ask the question, why are you so certain that when there is gender equality, there will be development, there will be peace? Examples abound in nations that have committed to this cause, that show that quality of life actually is improved when there is commitment to the realization of equity and gender equality. The next presenter is going to be looking at gender equality as a must for the girl child in Nigeria. Join me in welcoming Fumilola Abigo, a staff of Girls Power Initiative, to make this presentation. Fumilola, over to you.
Hello, everyone. Hello. Can you all hear me? No, I'm not. Hello, everyone. I'll be speaking on gender equality, a must for the Nigerian girl child. My name is Fumilola Abigo from GPI Benin. What is gender equality? Gender equality is when people of both gender have equal rights, equal responsibilities, and equal opportunity. Male and female having equal opportunities wherever they find themselves, having equal responsibilities and equal rights. Gender equality has been a great issue of concern in Nigeria, most especially among female. Equality between men and women is just, fair, and right. Girls have been subjected to social control and dominated by boys. This is as a result of persisting cultural stereotypes, misuse of religious and traditional practices. If you look deeply into the political and social power sector of Nigeria, men have dominated all, even in our educational sectors, where women put much effort to top their male counterparts. They are usually accused of getting to the top through the means of succumbing to a male sexual request. Meanwhile, men are seen to have reached the top through hard work. What is the situation we have right now, current situation of a Nigerian girl child? In Nigeria today, an average girl usually experiences various types of gender-based violence, such as human trafficking, rape, female genital mutilation, and battering. Human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of people through false, fraud, or deception with the aim of exploiting them for profit. In Nigeria, girls are seen as the family savior in some of the families and are voluntarily given out to trafficking in order to save such family from poverty. The girl child is the option for survival in some family, and they don't mind sending her out for prostitution as long as she brings money to the family. Rape is another gender-based violence girl child in Nigeria experience. This is a forceful penetration by sex organ or other objects or unlawful touches around the private parts of the body without the consent of the victim. Girls of different age groups are victims or survivors of rape at different times. The girl child is also blamed for this action and finds it difficult to get justice. Girls are raped even in their homes, which is supposed to be the safest place. The perpetrators are usually close relations, and the girl is silenced through threats, so she continues to live with the trauma. Female genital mutilation is a total partial removal of the external female genitalia. The practice has no health benefits for girls or even women, but this happens as a result of the cultural belief that it helps reduce promiscuity among girls and women, as they will not be able to enjoy sexual intercourse. Meanwhile, a boy or a man is allowed to enjoy sex as much as they want. Battering is also another gender-based violence that usually claim the life of our girls and our women. This is the act of striking repeatedly with hard blows, punching, and hitting someone. Women in Nigeria suffer so much battering in the hands of their spouses. Girls also suffer in the hands of their lovers. The act of shame cover up in order to keep the relationship. So many girls and women have died as a result of battering. Importance of gender equality. Gender equality in our country will prevent violence against women and girls. When men know that they are equal to women and women are equal to men, they are on the same ground, they have the same opportunity, they have the same responsibility, they have rights the way they also do. Looking at the cultural practices of our country, if everything is balanced to favor both men and women equally, it will prevent men from battering the women, beating them up, putting them in stress emotionally and physically. It will also create a conducive atmosphere in our marriages, as most marriages are seen as medium for men to abuse their spouses. Knowing them to, being called the normal way, the cultural settings, they do look at women as weaker vessels, and that there must be respect from the woman to the man, that even if a man is beating a woman, the woman has no right to attack the man. And it will also lead to a better legal protection, because the women will know that there is an action that will be taken against any man that abuse them. It will reduce poverty because women will be able to aim higher. They will be able to participate in increasing their economic through having their own work and like my coordinator said earlier, entrepreneurship. It will, when they are participants of, work which will bring money into their homes, it will reduce poverty and it will help businesses to thrive because now women and men will be able to get involved in whatever businesses that they are interested in. It will reduce human trafficking, which will not make families look up to the girl child as a savior in their family and making her being trafficked. It will make our homes healthy and safe because there will be peace in the home and there will no longer be physical abuse, emotional abuse, sexual abuse, and all other abuse. It is a must for Nigerian girls to enjoy gender equality. They enjoy gender equality so that they can become whatever they want to be in future. The girl child will not be deprived of education. The girl child will not be deprived of decision making, so she can become whatever she wants to be. They will be self-reliant, independent, and well empowered to empower others. The girl child being equal, having equality, enjoying equality, gender equality, will be able to also extend the same to other people. They will contribute to the society where they find themselves positively. Like in so many of our communities, you discover when you get there, the elders are majorly male. In most communities, female are not allowed. Meanwhile, there are female out there that would have made positive contributions to the development of the society or the community. But if there is gender equality, women will be part of the elder councils in our communities. They will also be able to take responsibilities in the political sectors of Nigeria, in the educational sectors, in the economic sector, and also the social sector. GPI is working so hard to ensure a girl child enjoys gender equality. For the past 27 years, GPI has been organizing weekly safe space meetings for girls where they are given the right and appropriate information about their sexuality and their rights. GPI has and uses a best practice on sexuality education curriculum, which has been adopted in government-owned secondary schools in Edo and Delta states since 2006. This curriculum contains so many topics that is used to empower the girl child. GPI staff are master trainers on these topics: personal skills, gender-based violence, human trafficking and prevention, sexual reproductive health and rights issues, relationship, society and culture, where and how to find help when experiencing any kind of gender-based violence. We also work to protect and project the girl child. Thank you for listening.
That's all-encompassing presentation that shows why gender equality. Child. Umi, mute your device. Okay. So, truly a must. And GPI's focus actually goes beyond information to education that enables them to actually acquire this skill, this voice, and through the girls, the rest of the society actually. Yes. Thank you. We need gender equality and we want everybody to work towards it. Hence, we do not hesitate at any point in time to share our strategies that help to bring it, that could help to bring it about. Just this morning, I was speaking with a young lady and we talked about the Elders Council in her community. There is no woman in the Elders Council, and on closer, during further discussion, we even got to know that, like me, she suffered disinheritance simply because she was female. There is no equality when these practices continue, because it places the females behind the men. Meanwhile, a country that has almost equal population of women and men cannot go forward when the women continue to be left behind. I just remember the president's comment on the other room. This is not the space for discussing it, but it shows how very backward we are in this direction, and the reason why there is need to mobilize for change. Why GPI is bringing about the development of girls to become catalysts for change. I want to welcome Ese Amadasun, Monitoring and Evaluation Officer of Girls Power Initiative, to share with us the scorecard of GPI in some areas of programming. The nature of our programming is actually one where quality is the emphasis and not quantity. If we do, for example, in our 3-year sexuality education program, if 100 girls come in and 3 years later 20 girls graduate, we celebrate. Ordinarily, some people would say 3 years effort and you have just 20 graduates. For us, it is not about the number, it's about the quality, the endurance, and our 27 years have shown this, because today the early graduates of GPI are themselves parents. They are themselves now in the upper echelon of society. They are in the middle class. So they are making change where they are because of the quality of interactions we had with them over 20 years ago. So it's not about numbers, it's about the quality, the endurance, the sustainability, and what comes thereafter. Join me in welcoming Ese Amadasun, our M&E officer, who will be sharing with us the scorecard of GPI past projects and contribution to gender equality.
Thank you, Mopsy. Hello, everyone. My name is Ese Amadasun, the Monitoring and Evaluation Officer of Girls Power Initiative. And I will be sharing with us our scorecard for the past 3 years. Are we seeing my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we are seeing.
Okay, so achieving gender equality through best practice. This is a scorecard of GPI counter-human trafficking programs from 2019 to 2021. Our intervention as far as human trafficking programs is concerned is in threefold: prevention, protection, collaboration, as well as partnership. And under the prevention, we use different strategies, which includes awareness raising, community dialogue, market campaign, as well as media campaign. Under the prevention strategy, awareness raising in schools, for the past 3 years, we have reached 9,408 students and 403 teachers with information on human trafficking and unsafe migration. And we don't just go to schools to raise awareness, we also make use of the peer education system, because we know that we cannot be everywhere. We need to train others so that they can further reach their peers. And under our peer education system, we have trained 2,359 peer educators who are versed in anti-human trafficking issues. And these peer educators have further reached their peers, about 41,426 GPI have empowered 5,673 girls with factual information, life management skills, sexuality, sexual and reproductive health and rights, and gender dimensions of issues and skills to resist trafficking as well as support themselves. Under the prevention strategy, we also make use of the community dialogue system, where we interacted with 1,161 community leaders through town hall meetings on issues of human trafficking. We have held community dialogue on parental pressure with 1,518 parents in 55 communities. In market campaign, as I said before, we use different strategies, both at the individual level, community level. We also go to the markets, and where we sensitize 1,500 traders and buyers on prevention of human trafficking during market campaigns. Using the media strategy, we have reached 3,215,591 persons with messages on anti-human trafficking through Facebook campaign, radio, television, and print media. Based on our experience in the field, we have also observed that traffickers have moved to the social media platform where they recruit their victims. And that is why we have also inculcated Facebook social media campaigns in our programming to reach people with information that can make them resist trafficking. We have produced 10 billboards with anti-human trafficking messages mounted in 10 strategic places in Edo, Delta, Akwa Ibom, Cross River States, and the Federal Capital Territory of Nigeria. We have produced 4,000 posters, 300 t-shirts, 2,000 badges, 3,000 flyers, and other IEC materials carrying anti-human trafficking messages. And all these IEC materials are shared both in the community, in school, wherever we are doing activities. Under the protection, we have 3 strategies: family tracing, rehabilitation, as well as reintegration. For the past 3 years, we have provided psychosocial and economic support to 170 victims of human trafficking. We have intervened in 26 cases of SGBV cases in 2021 alone. 9 of these cases involve children below the age of 16. We've set up income generating activities for 121 return victims of human trafficking. As for those who are at risk, we have provided income generating activities for 300 at-risk individuals and their families through village savings and law associations to foster community resilience against human trafficking. We have provided mentorship program for 170 victims for them to be able to set up their businesses and succeed in them. For the sustainability of their businesses, we have set up 2 cooperative societies for return migrants to ensure that the sustainability of their businesses. We provided scholarship to 78 vulnerable girls who are in and out of school. And we have also provided livelihood support for 75 parents of these girls and caregivers to enable them, support them, even when our intervention has ended. In the area of partnership and collaboration, just as has been said by the previous speakers, we don't work alone. We work with other agencies, other organizations. We collaborated with various government agencies, key stakeholders, network on prevention of human trafficking through referrals and joint program interventions. We hold quarterly coordination meetings with anti-human trafficking agencies and other stakeholders where issues on human trafficking are discussed and solutions to challenges are profiled. These are some of our photo galleries of our activities that we have carried out in the past. This is our market, photos of our market campaign. This is our program, the peer educators program in schools. Our collaboration with other agencies and CSOs. Our school-based activities where we go to school to raise awareness on human trafficking issues. Community dialogue, where we empower the community to be able to identify and respond to dangers of human trafficking and reduce stigmatization in order for them to be able to support the victims of human trafficking within their community. This is also another example of our community dialogue sessions in the communities. With fostering community resilience against human trafficking through savings associations. These pictures you are looking at here are sessions of our savings association in the communities where they come together and save and provide economic support through that associations for themselves. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please ask.
Thank you so much, Ese, for that scorecard on 3 years of work on the area of human trafficking, addressing prevention, protection, and partnership. We are very glad that programming in some of the states in the country that have challenges on human trafficking has given us opportunity to also do our bit to bring about some change. 2 of our states, Cross River and Akwa Ibom states, where we program, are known for internal trafficking, while the other 2 other states, Edo and Delta states, are known for external trafficking. So it's not surprising that for more than 17 years, we have been doing quite a lot of work on it and have come up with strategies that others have started to replicate in an effort to achieve change, because success by one is success by all. We are going to give the floor now to questions and contributions, but I see from the chat box, some people have already made some contributions. I see here a contribution by Priscilla of Braveheart. Are you in the room to speak, or do I read what you have written? I think I'll just read. Thank you so much. This is from Priscilla Usobefo, the Executive Director of Braveheart Initiative, a rural-based national NGO working to bring about improvement in the lives of youths and women, girls, youths and women. She says, thank you so much for highlighting the need to integrate leadership into the traditional structures and communal settings. When female leadership is discussed, it is often elitist with focus on political spaces and management platforms. While those are very essential, we must also permeate our traditional settings because that is where the socio-cultural barriers remain endemic. With the inclusion of females in the traditional leadership structures, either as members of Elders Council or as chiefs and other title holders, foster gender equality. That would foster gender equality in our communities. At Braveheart Initiative, we have been successful in our efforts to mainstream the communal justice system into the formal criminal justice system. We realize that with more female leaders in our rural communities, we can achieve better results. This is why we applaud the efforts of GPI in strengthening community systems to foster gender equality. Thank you so much, Priscilla. The statistics from Nigeria, the situation in Nigeria where gender norms, negative gender norms and practices and stereotypes have refused to give way, make it very essential for all hands to be on deck. And we really cannot achieve too much at the center in terms of political leadership if we have not been able to make that change at the communal level where the males continue to hold sway and believe that patriarchy is unchangeable. Thank you, Priscilla. So we are open now to further contributions, comments, and questions from participants. Kindly indicate by raising your hand. Yeah, there's an icon for raising hand. At the upper section of your screen, the very third icon says has hand raising, amongst others. We also would welcome members of other institutions to also use this space in letting us know what they do and how we can partner with them. Okay, Priscilla, your hand is up. You may lower it and make your contribution.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you to all the panelists. I really thank SA for those data, because as we often say, yes, there may be figures, but we know that those figures represent humans, and those humans are male, female, women, children. I just wanted to highlight the fact that for trafficking cases, especially in a state like Edo, where a lot of focus have been in Edo South, and we have seen what GPI has done in the past 5 to 6 years, where they started shifting focus to Edo North Senatorial Zone and some other areas in Edo Central. But we still see that a lot of efforts, state-level efforts, national efforts, still remain heavy in Edo South. And this cut across other states in Nigeria, where a particular issue has become prominent in a certain area, and all efforts and strategies, approaches remain concentrated in that area without recognizing the fact that there has been shift over the years. Because if you have been working in Edo State, you will be able to attest to the fact that because there's a lot of hits on the traffickers in Benin and the Edo South metropolis, many of them have now shifted their base to other rural communities where we have not had enough sensitization. And we have told ourselves that it is better to prevent than for us to start to respond, because we can see what COVID-19 pandemic, the socioeconomic situation in the country, with the increase of fuel and so many things that is happening, it has even made it more difficult to talk about rehabilitation of some of these trafficking survivors. And this is why we should intensify efforts in prevention in those communities where it is not yet rampant, instead of waiting till it becomes a big national issue again. Thank you so much, and well done to all the panelists. Thank you, GPI, for all your efforts.
Thank you so much, Priscilla. You are very correct there. You are very correct there. And human trafficking is a clear example. When the Oba of Benin made his pronouncement against oath taken by victims of trafficking in 2019, we actually saw a situation where traffickers moved out of Benin environment, went into the hinterland of Edo State and into Delta State. NAPTIP reported increased trafficking activities in Delta State as a result of that. And this is an area where we have to be very conscious of those changes. Human trafficking is a crime that is high income yielding for the traffickers. So they are very alert and always trying to be a step ahead, which is why counter-trafficking agencies and activists also have to strive to always beat them, to always be ahead. And government, of course, has the responsibility of seeing that programming reaches everywhere, because everyone is a citizen, is under the protection of the state, and should be free from human trafficking and other vices. Thank you, Priscilla. I do not see other hands up. And I'm checking the chats too. We do not have new chats. Like reaction. Okay. So at this point, we would invite any graduate of GPI who is in the house to introduce herself, or they should introduce themselves and say a word or two on GPI as a strategy for gender equality. How has it worked for you? Graduates in the house, how has it worked for you? Let's leave theory to reality. Yeah, I can see. Yeah, there are graduates in the house. I don't want to call anyone in case you don't want to identify as a GPI graduate.
Hello,
All right.
everyone.
Okay.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Yeah. My name is Vera Adegoke. I'm a 2005 graduate of GPI. It was formerly Amenze Vera Yamu, but it's now Vera Adegoke. Before joining GPI, first I want to thank all the organizers of this program. Thank Moms G, Auntie Toyin, Uncle Essay, and Tifumi, everyone that is participating. I want to thank GPI for all of the effort they are still putting in for all of the years. They've made positive changes in the lives of girls. and the women that they have groomed us to be. Um, Before I joined GPI, I didn't know that there was anything like gender inequality. I had felt that it was that's how it was meant to be, because that's how the society is supposed to be. But upon joining GPI, it was a clear difference between night and day, and we could see that those gender inequality was a big thing. I started reflecting on all of the things happening around women: battering, female genital mutilation, um, um, boy child preferences, trafficking. They were all happening around me and around us. And that was the beginning of a no, no, no for most of us. And that has transformed our lives. It's nurtured me to think the right way, do the things the right way, and make sure that everything around me, um, it's right. Like I stood in for interventions on female genital mutilation. I stood in against trafficking. There were times that I could intervene in friends' relationship because of battering. I knew when to say no to any type of violence, anything that I know that it's not right for me. So, and being a woman that I am now, like being married and being away from Nigeria, it has actually GPI groomed me for this future that I am, for this state that I am right now. Um, it actually also prepared me against racism that you see in Western world. Like, I know what is supposed to be and what is not right, and I can stand up at any point in time. And I know that there is no limitation to where I can get to as a woman. It doesn't matter what the society say about a woman. I just know that there is no limitation. Is as long as I can see that I should get to, is as long as I want to get to that I should get to. I should keep pushing and not allow anything stop me. So I'm very grateful to GPI, and I'm very sure that all of my friends that had gone through GPI has the same testimony to share. I have a lot of GPI friends that I look back at and I'm very, very proud of. Um, if you have a gathering of 100 people and you have 3 GPI graduates there, it will be very obvious that these are GPI graduates, because we are outspoken, because we know what should be and what shouldn't be. And there is a clear difference. For us at GPI, our graduates are like you, the clear difference between night and day, and between how things should be and how things shouldn't be. That's how GPI groomed all of us, and we are very happy. We are very thankful for these experiences. They actually prepared us for the now, and I'm glad that I'm also able to have children that we have the right ideas and grow into those ideas. Thank you so much, GPI. Thank you for everything that you're doing. With or without funding, GPI is growing stronger, and I'm very happy. And I'm praying that one day I should be able to fund most of GPI activities.
Wow, that is sustainability at its height. Vera, thank you so much. I am very certain that when this recording is played in GPI, the facilitators will be encouraged to do more. Thank you for sharing that with us. Can we take one more GPI graduate in the house?
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello.
Introduce yourself. Let us know the year you graduated. And go on.
All right. Okay, I'm Patience Signadio. I graduated 2003 from GPI. And being in GPI for me was actually an eye opener that taught me and other girls a lot of information that we didn't know at home. We were able to know the difference between violence, gender-based violence, and different issues that affect girls that we were seeing as being normal, like issue like rape, sexual harassment, early marriage that places the girl child to be on the lack side as a result of what the family thinks is normal. But being in GPI has made it a place where we discover ourselves that as women we can be all that we want to be. GPI is a place where the girls who does not know anything comes and they are informed, they are empowered, they see things from a different angle. They then believe in themselves and set priorities and set goals for themselves and believe that they can achieve what they have set to achieve. They can achieve their plans as girls. Growing up, we have this belief that women's education ends in the kitchen. And as a result, most parents or most families deprive the girl child of education. But being in GPI, we see the need of education. GPI taught us that education is important, that when you educate a girl child, you actually educate a nation. And as a result, we have been doing different types of awareness raising to empower the girl child. And GPI is still doing so much. And even as GAL member in our own quarter, we are doing our own awareness raising because we don't want to be the beneficiary alone. We want to also spread the information that we have got from GPI. So in our small space as GAL, we still pass the information to other communities, to other people. We spread the information to also increase the level of girls to increase the level of girls, the number of girls who are empowered, to make them see life from a different angle and also believe in themselves that they can be all that they choose to be, that it is their hand and their brain they need to use in doing work, not their penis. Like the society makes us believe that it's only men that can do it, that are wise, that are brilliant. But women, we have seen, have made history, and they are still making more history. So I just want to say big thank you to GPI for all the privilege, all the opportunity we had as a GPI girl, and that we are still using those information that they have taught us over the years in our various homes, in our community, in our places of work to make difference. Kudos to GPI. Thank you. Thank you. Hello.
Yes. Thank you, Patience.
Hello.
Thank you, Patience, for all you have said. Last year, we had the opportunity of participating in a reflection process with the support of the Global Alliance Against Trafficking in Women. And the reflection process involved graduates of GPI. When Patience was mentioning GA, which is GAA, stands for Graduate Alumni Association, which is made up of girls who have graduated from our comprehensive sexuality education program in all the states where we are involved in programming. Members of GA participated in that reflection process. Same with policymakers, other stakeholders with whom we have partnership. And it was very clear from the voices of the GA members that they have not forgotten what they learned in GPI. It has continued to be useful to them in their private spaces and in their interactions with others. They are making waves, contributing to change. They have truly become actors for social change, so far away from GPI, wherever they are. So that finding was very, very encouraging, and we hope that participants in this panel session will take that with them and not hesitate to build the youth, build children, build girls, because whatever you are investing in them today is for their use today to emerge as healthy leaders who themselves become catalysts for greater change. Laura, is there any reason why you have taken over my screen? Okay, so we'll be rounding up our session now. We thank everyone who joined us from Edo State, from within Nigeria, from outside of okay. Stop it. Hello. I don't even know what to do.
Hi, Momsy.
Yeah.
You still have 23 minutes.
So it's from everyone who came in from within the CSW and from outside the CSW. Thank you for being with us. We look forward to keeping in touch with you. For those whose names and emails were shared in the chat box, we have copied them down. We will reach you with the recording as was requested by some of you. Thank you and have a good time attending other sessions of the CSW and bringing about local change in your environment from whatever it is that is new that you learn from other programming by virtue of your being a participant in this 66th session of the Commission on the Status of Women. Thank you and bye-bye.